most closely identified with the Corps of Engineers. The bridges themselves are of many types. Each is designed to fulfill the demands of time and place. It may be a floating bridge for a quick crossing, or a fixed bridge which is expected to last for years, like this bridge in Korea. Waterway experiment station investigations have proved that one of our main bulwarks against floods are dams. North Dakota's Garrison Dam is the largest rolled-filled earth structure ever undertaken by man. Modern earth-moving equipment, human engineering skill, and the Corps' experience have made possible a project which is 20 times the size of the Great Pyramid of Egypt. Fort Peck Dam, at the headwaters of the Missouri River in Montana, is a reservoir for navigation, flood control, power, and irrigation. It is estimated that in the past 14 years, this multi-purpose project has prevented about $60 million in flood damage. The Fort Randall Dam and Reservoir in northern Nebraska is another major Corps of Engineers project. This dam is a second unit in the comprehensive plan for the development of the Missouri River Basin. By providing flood control storage, it will protect against destructive waters from Fort Randall to the mouth of the Missouri River. Chain of Rocks Rapids, located on the Mississippi River above St. Louis, presented a troublesome hazard to navigation. To remove this barrier to inland shipping, the Corps of Engineers set to work, constructing a canal and locks. For nearly 4 years now, the canal has been open to river traffic. The all-time peak of Corps of Engineer achievement came, of course, during World War II. Advanced air bases were built in record time in all parts of the world, often under conditions that might be considered impossible by anyone but the engineers. There were countless water supply problems solved in jungle and desert alike. More than 11,000 miles of pipeline were laid to carry fuel to the remotest arms of our fighting forces. The engineers are road builders. The Alcan Highway is a milestone in the history of engineering. Over 1,600 miles long, it narrowed the distance between us and our northern outpost, Alaska. Many experts warned that the Lido Road couldn't be built. The tropical growth was too dense. There were too many trees, too many shelves to carve in the towering rock of mountainsides. This was another kind of combat. But in this war, nature gave way to the engineers and our trucks rolled through the wilderness of Southeast Asia. In the battle with the Volturno in Italy, 4 bulldozer drivers died at their wheels. The river still raged, but our army was soon across on another Engineer Corps bridge. Perhaps the most remembered crossing of World War II was over the Remagen Bridge at the Rhine River. The bridge had been dynamited by retreating Germans, but a forward engineer unit made immediate repairs, and in the next hours, a substantial number of our troops crossed to the other side. By the time the Germans knocked out the bridge, we had pushed 2 miles deep into enemy territory, helping to shorten the Rhine campaign. The biggest single undertaking of the engineers' construction program was the $2 billion atomic bomb project. Manhattan District, the name given to this monumental building job, included plants in various parts of the country, but all interrelated. So the atomic era was ushered in. Today, the Corps of Engineers is approaching its 183rd year. Its history has been colorful, its accomplishments inspiring. The men privileged to call themselves engineers are justly proud of this oldest professional service in the Army. There is every reason to expect the achievements of the future will eventually outshine those of the past.
These, then, are but a few examples of the way in which the United States Army has helped and is prepared to help in the future to protect American lives and homes. Illustrations of how military power and organization are used for peaceful ends. Now, this is Sergeant Stuart Queen, inviting you to be with us again next week for another look at your Army in action on The Big Picture.
The Big Picture is a weekly television report to the nation on the activities of the Army at home and overseas. Produced by the Army Pictorial Center, presented by the United States Army in cooperation with this station. You too can be an important part of the big picture. You can proudly serve with the best equipped, the best trained, the best fighting team in the world today, the United States Army.